We are learning how to tie the knots which are used in fishery, which are very common and basic knots, very important for rigging purpose of the gears and the operation of gears and other purposes which are regularly done while fishing. So first and foremost is very basic knot which is called as overhand knot. Overhand knot is very common and which is traditionally we are using in our day-to-day life is this way. You have to just twist over the rope and enter the loop of the same rope and make a knot which will show like a overhand here. This turn is overhand, as if a person is standing keeping their hands on each other, and that is called as simple overhand knot. This simple overhand knot is multi-purpose in use. They are used variously. We also use in our day-to-day life for many purposes. Okay, so this is very simple knot, but if I look at this knot, this loop doesn't get twisted. This is having a consistency on one side, and only two ends of the rope they cross each other over each other. So this is why it is known as overhand knot. We'll study fisherman's knot on two opposite ropes, which are to be tied together for any purpose, maybe extension of rope, increasing the length of rope, or sometimes it is used for tying two ropes in a different manner which are having two different dimensions. Okay, so we are just taking one overhand knot here on the first rope. Okay, this is blue rope will be tied on green. On the opposite side, take the green end and tie another overhand knot like this, and this will make a fisherman's knot. You can reeve it or pull it together to make it fast. So this is how the knot is fastened, and this ensures the knot properly with a huge tension. Also, it can be tied with two-dimension ropes. This may be bigger rope in dimension and this is smaller. So this will ensure the knot properly. This is another type of knot is known as reef knot, that is tied on two ropes, and that is while rigging the gears. This knot is commonly used. Also, while arranging the net on head rope and hook rope, this knot is very commonly used, called as reef knot. For this, you take the end of one, this is standing rope. You have to make a loop of that standing rope, and another working rope end you have to just insert in the loop and turn around the loop, come ahead and enter same loop again. Now this will make this rope. The property of rope is that two ends of this rope will come from one side of this bend, and this way also will find another bend will hold both the ends of the opposite rope on one side. So this will be forming a reef knot. This reef knot is used for rigging purpose of gears. So another knot is 8-figure knot, which is very commonly used in rigging purpose, and also while attaching the head rope and hook rope of the net at particular interval, or it may be a regular interval. So this is very simple knot. It makes a figure of 8 by turning over. So it is tied in a simple manner. The working end, this is a standing end, this is the working end. Standing end we can't move, so we'll use only working end. Here it is held, rope is held in this manner, and the rope is turned over the finger this way and above the standing end of the rope, and then it is brought ahead of the loop where I put my finger and re-enter in the loop. So this is forming a figure of 8. That's why it is known as figure 8 knot. And this is used for even climbing on a crow's nest. On a boat there is a central pole which is called as mast, and to climb up the mast we make several 8-figure knots in this manner at regular interval. Like this, and this can be used for climbing purpose. The fisherman will hold this rope in a thumb and finger of foot, and he will climb at this. Or this is also used keeping net at particular distance. So this is called as figure 8 knot, and this is very important for rigging purpose in the fishing. We are trying now the bowline knot. Bowline knot is used for snaring purpose. And suppose we want to tie a boat to spar temporarily. That time this bowline knot or the claw hitch are used. So bowline knot is little bit difficult. It takes 2 stages. First stage is making a 6-figure turn. This makes a 6-figure. When you are turning, ensure that you are turning from the lower side of the standing end. This is working end, this is standing end, this is working end. Working end is in my right hand and standing end in my left hand. So I am just taking a turn to form a 6-figure turn like this, and while doing that you have to ensure that the rope is coming from the lower side of the standing. Now picking another end of the rope, working end, you have to insert the eye of 6. This is a 6-figure. This we will call it as eye of 6. Enter the eye of 6, pull it out, and then take a turn over the standing end of the 6, arm of 6, and re-enter the eye of 6 from the behind of the eye. Ensure that this eye of 6 will hold both entering end and outcoming end on same side. This will make your bowline knot. So now hold this arm of 6 and pull it up to tighten the rope. This will make a permanent loop. This permanent loop is used in many places. It may be used for hanging a heavy object or say lifting heavy object like that. So here heavy object is there and this is lifted in this manner. It may measure in quintals, but this knot will ensure that this will hold the object perfectly but will not get tightened such a way it will be very difficult for us to release again. So this is very important knot, very commonly used. This knot is known as ship shank knot. Ship shank knot is tied to shorten the length of ropes. There are several lines used in rigging of nets, and sometimes they require a tension on the rope. So sometimes the ropes may be excessively long. In that case, we can make the rope very easily short in the middle without using its ends. So that is called as ship shank knot. So if I want to shorten this rope this much, then I'll take this turn in this manner, and now I'll be making a half hitch here on the bend of the ropes. So I made half hitch here on the bend of rope. I'll show it again. I'll repeat it. It's simple. Just take this rope and make a half hitch in this manner and wear over the end, bending end of the rope where you have to minimize the length. So this is one half hitch on this end. Similar way, on other end, we'll have to take another half hitch in this manner and wear it on the bends of the rope. So holding this tight, I will make another half hitch in this manner, this side also, and this will hold the rope in this way. This temporarily minimizes the length of rope, and it is very useful knot for without damaging. You can alter the length of rope for rigging purpose. We are going to tie a single sheet bend. Bends are used for making nets. Usually net will have several bends or several loops which are hanging at a regular interval, and in this each loop we will be making single sheet bend for normal net and double sheet bend for gill net. So here single sheet bend is tied first upon this loop, and after leaving a particular bend, another single sheet bend is taken here and second will be taken here. Like that, single sheet bend goes on in continuation while making a net, and while making another round, this is called as one way half round, and another round when comes, it becomes complete, and that makes the entire mesh of the net. So now we are going to see only one knot which is known as single sheet bend. So while making net, this loop is used, and here the needle of the netting is inserted from behind of the loop. It is turned over the standing. This is a standing loop, and this is the working end with the needle. So we imagine this end as a needle, and that is to be entered from behind the loop. While turning over the loop from behind, we have to keep this arm of working end free so that the needle enters in the same arm, and this will cross, both the arms will cross over the standing loop. So this way we make a single sheet bend. This single sheet bend is used continuously on regular loops to make a net, and this is used for small nets usually where lots of load is not taken. So this way the single sheet bend is used. Now we see double sheet bend. Single sheet bend is a first stage knot. In double sheet bend also there is a standing loop, and another is a working needle where we have a twine wound around, and this is used for making the net. Now imagine this end as a needle, and we will be entering the standing loop from behind, and taking a round behind the loop, will re-enter the arm of the working end like this. This will form a single sheet bend, but we are not stopping here. We'll take one more round behind the loop and again enter the arm of working loop, so that this will take one more round around the standing loop. So this will ensure the more strength to the bend. So this becomes a double sheet bend because it has one more turn, and because it has one more turn around, it will hold this loop more tightly as compared to single sheet bend. Because of that, this particular bend is used for making gill net, where fishes will struggle to escape from the trap when it is trapped on the gill. So in gill net, this type of knot is very important. Again, these knots are used for the terminal panels of the long nets, terminal panel, because this is more stronger as compared to single sheet bend. So this is called as double sheet bend. We'll see half hitch. It's very simple. You can make a turn and just, if you are making a turn clockwise, just make it again and again in a same manner, and you can use this half hitches several times to make a complicated knots like this. So these are the series of half hitches which is making a marlin knot. But today we are going to see only half hitch. Half hitch is totally different as compared to, this is a half hitch. Okay, this is very different as compared to overhand knot. Now let me show you overhand knot again. This is overhand knot and this is half hitch. So this half hitch is simple bend, and this is used repeatedly to tie another knot. This is the basic turn which is used for tying different knots. So if I tie two opposite half hitches, this will become kind of reef knot. But that is not needed today. Now we'll see using half hitches to tie claw hitch. So series of two claw hitches will make a series of two half hitches will make a claw hitch. This claw hitch will hold two ends on opposite side crossing each other below the loop. So this is very important, and this knot is simple knot. Property of this knot is it can hold anything strongly but doesn't get tightened such a way that it is difficult to release. So that is the property of this knot, commonly used in stabilizing any type of net or say gear, and also this is used for anchoring the boat to the spar. So if this is a spar, this is tied on the spar in this manner. So even if you tie it loosely, when strength comes on it, it automatically becomes tight and holds the thing at place. So this is very important in this way. This is important property of this. And another property is that very easy to release this knot. So this way, this knot is amazing and very commonly used in multi-purpose way in the fishing. Another knot is just like claw hitch, but this claw hitch is a first stage knot, and if I take another roll on the object and re-enter in that, this becomes a rolling hitch, because we have taken one more roll to strengthen it more. So as compared to claw hitch, rolling hitch will have higher strength and this will hold the object more tightly as compared to claw hitch. So there is nothing but one additional turn in claw hitch makes it a rolling hitch. Rolling hitch is nothing but one additional turn in a claw hitch which makes it more stronger is called as rolling hitch. Marlin knot is a series of half hitches in a clockwise manner or anti-clockwise manner. Once you start clockwise manner, you have to repeat the same in clockwise manner like this. So after tying series of clockwise half hitches, you will find that this forms a series of half hitches on an object. This is an object on which we are taking a series of half hitches, and this will make finally a Marlin knot. And the property of Marlin knot is that it holds, it strengthens the object on which it is tied. So there will be S bend after every half hitch, and this is a confirmation of Marlin knot. Okay, and this is the way how it is tied. If there is a big cord which is damaged while operation of gear, this cord can be repaired by tying a Marlin knot on this cord at the damaged portion, so that it gives an extra strength to the cord.